Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're talking about BlizzCon, an event that's happening in just a few days away. It is the most exciting event of the year to be a Blizzard fan, a Diablo, and of course, a Diablo Immortal fan. We're going to find out a whole bunch of information soon, and I'm really excited about it. Today, in this video, we're going to break down the schedule, give you everything that you should be watching out for, things that you should definitely make sure you keep your eyes out this weekend. We're also going to give you our predictions. That's right, tell you what I think is happening when it comes to Diablo Immortal. In fact, I actually have a special guest with me today. That's right, a special guest who went to BlizzCon himself, and he's going to be offering us special insight when it comes to all things Diablo Immortal in Blizzard. Why don't we get started? And today I got my friend Echo Gaming, who is going to be the first guest on Scrappy Academy. And what is he going to be doing? He's got a really powerful, a very strong role. He's the expert. He's the one who's going to be talking about BlizzCon, who's going to be giving us a whole bunch of stuff that we need to know. Because we, as the Diablo Immortal fans, as people who maybe haven't been involved with BlizzCon that much, need to know what's going on. So Echo, what's going on, man? How's it going?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on channel. Am I actually your first ever guest on the channel? Is that true?
Well, there was a couple of videos back I kind of guest starred myself and was talking to myself, but it doesn't really count. So you're the first live guest for sure.
Wow, well, congrats to me for being the first, man. That's pretty cool. Thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it.
Anytime. I mean, everybody knows who Echo is, okay? He has multiple channels. We were just talking about it. He's got the Echo Enterprise, right? He's got the Echo Diablo channel, the Echo Gaming channel. He's got the Echo Brawls channel, right? Where he does a bunch of different stuff. He also does stuff on Twitch, and he's all over the place, and I will make sure to link him. If you don't know who Echo is, you definitely want to make sure you get involved because he is the man. So, what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about BlizzCon because that is happening sometime this week. And not sometime this week, it's actually happening on February 19th. And what is happening? So with BlizzCon is before we actually get into what's going to happen at BlizzCon and what we think about Blizz, because we have some predictions of our own, right? Diablo Immortal is going to be a whole bunch of news. I'm super pumped about that. But before we get into that, BlizzCon in general is an event where all of the most hardcore Blizzard fans get together. Normally, it's actually a physical event that Echo went to, so we're going to make sure that we talk to him about that. And this year is going to be, because of COVID and whatever else, it's going to be a virtual event. So it's going to be a virtual one. It's going to be February 19th and 20th. And there's going to be a lot of stuff happening and a lot of stuff with Diablo. Now, in general, Echo, you went to the event. So could you just tell us a little bit about your experience at BlizzCon? Like what happened? What was it like?
Yeah, you know what, Nemo? I'm going to start from the beginning, man. I'm going to give you guys a story right now, if that's okay with you.
Oh, go ahead.
It all started when I was driving home from work and I got a phone call from someone from Blizzard, a legitimate phone call, not an email, inviting me to BlizzCon, saying that they wanted me to come out to check out Diablo Immortal as a mobile content creator. By the way, that was what sparked my decision to make a YouTube channel focused on Diablo Immortal. When I got there, all the travel aside, when I got there, and I've traveled to a lot of places. I've been to Europe, I've been to Supercell headquarters, I've been to other gaming places as well and events, but BlizzCon is overwhelming. It's massive. There are so many people in costume. I walked in being someone that's not from the Blizzard world. I didn't ever go to an event like this, and I was overwhelmed. I didn't know where to go, what was what, who was who. I literally knew no one there. I did eventually run into two people that I did know, one that I hung out with for the day. But I mean, man, it's really hard to describe how intense BlizzCon is. But if you think about Blizzard games, they have incredible fan bases, people that dedicate their lives to the games that are being created by Blizzard. And when you get these people together for this holiday that happens every single year, it's something that's just incredible. What I did, because I had no clue, I found four dudes. They were walking around. They looked like they knew what they were doing. I followed them for about 45 minutes, just kind of followed behind them, not creepy or anything, but I figured they would know where they're going. And they actually brought me. They didn't know they were bringing me anywhere because I never talked to them, but they led me to the arena where there was an esports event going on. And that's where I ran into one of my friends that I know from casting Clash of Clans, which is in Verum. So we hung out and talked for a little bit, which was great. And thinking of all this, Nemo, I miss times when there was no COVID, man, when you could actually do this stuff. But
Uh,
now I'm stuck in this box all day and I can't go anywhere. But BlizzCon is the ultimate event for everything Blizzard. I can't wait to go again. And I can't wait to go with you sometime soon. But this year, it's online. It's still going to be incredible. What we're going to see is great. It's just going to miss that in person feeling that you get from it, I guess.
yeah, I hear you. I really wish well, what are you gonna do, right? We have COVID. This is just how it is. But next year, I'm really pumped to actually be there in person. So this is really exciting, right? Since you were there, you are in person kind of expert at this. Now at Blizzard, normally at BlizzCon, right? You said there's a lot of stuff happening when it comes to obviously Blizzard games. So what kind of stuff did you like see when it comes to Immortal when you went there?
All right, so Immortal was okay. So this was 2019 when I went, the year after the Diablo Immortal release announcement that probably should have never happened. So they not kind of, they toned down Diablo Immortal. Absolutely nothing was announced about Diablo Immortal at 2019. There was no like on stage announcement, but they did have off to the side a really nice setup where you can go through and you could play it. You could meet the development team. You could meet people working on Diablo Immortal. And I got to spend a lot of time hanging out there and just kind of eavesdropping on what people were thinking about Diablo Immortal. And you would be surprised, or then I was surprised based on the last year's announcement, how many people were really positive about the game. And that is when I said, this is what I'm doing. I'm going all in on this game because the game is incredible. Not to mention that I got some back room access to Diablo Immortal. I got to play every class on every device and really get a feel for the game. And that's when I realized that this game is something special. It's just not another mobile game. This is a AAA title. Just happens to be put on a phone and a tablet.
I remember you actually texted me because I remember you going. You're like, I'm going to BlizzCon. I'm like, dude, oh my god, I can't wait. You're gonna play Immortal. You gotta tell me how it is. Text me as soon as as soon as you do. And you remember you did, and you said, oh my god, it's amazing. And I still to this day, before I actually played it, I couldn't really understand what that was like. I think we talked about that many times. Immortal is amazing, but let's not get into that. Let's not go down that route now. There's going to be 6 channels, right, for Blizzard. So when you went, like I said, you said there weren't really announcements for Immortal because they were keeping it sort of like toning it down. Now in here, when BlizzCon starts on February 19th, we're gonna I'm actually showing right now. I'm showing the schedule. So if you take a look at 5 p.m. right, at 5 p.m. Eastern time, or should I say, actually, yeah, at 5 p.m. Eastern time is the opening ceremony on all 6 channels. So there's going to be 6 channels that you're going to be able to watch this on. Realistically, me and you are probably going to be on the Diablo channel, but it doesn't really matter. Opening ceremony plays on all of them. So from 5 to like 6:30, we're going to have the opening ceremony. And what they normally say is that when all of the announcements happen, all of the exciting stuff happens, that's when we're going to find out what's going on, right? All of the cool stuff. And then after that, there's a deep dive into the Diablo and etc. And of course, we have a pretty big, huge, I would say probably the biggest, right? Diablo stage. There's close to what? 2 hours of some news that we have. We have the Diablo what's next. We have Diablo development roundtable. And then we have the deep dive into Diablo. All at start day 1 at BlizzCon. So there's going to be a lot of stuff when it comes to Diablo. First of all, I kind of want to know your opinion because this is the first time the BlizzCon sort of is like showcasing Diablo. So we're going to see a lot of stuff. What do you think we're going to see? And could you tell us, like, what do you think about, like, are we going to see some stuff about Immortal? What kind of juicy information you think we're going to go into? Just, like, go right into it. What do you think about this?
Yeah, and it's actually funny, Nemo, because, I don't know, Nemo and I are recording this at night. So earlier in the day when I typically record my videos, I recorded a video talking about how I think Diablo is going to be the feature of this BlizzCon. Because... And I'll kind of go into what I talked about in that video, which is probably going live around the same time as yours. This one is. Yep. But we have 2 Diablo games on incoming, right? We have a Diablo Immortal game and a Diablo 4. Diablo Immortal is the soonest coming. I mean, yes, there's Overwatch 2. There's more World of Warcraft stuff and so on and so on. But there are 2 Diablo games. Not only that, there is one Blizzard game that's being released this year, Nemo, and that's Diablo Immortal. I could care less if it's on a PC, console, or mobile device. They have one title being released, unless if there's something I don't know of, and it's Immortal. That's got to be their shining star this year. It's their only game that's releasing. So I think they're going to be able to put a lot of the, this is a mobile game or this is a phone game behind them and actually be able to display and feature some amazing things about it. There's probably going to be interviews about it, tons of more gameplay that, I mean, we've experienced, but maybe other people haven't. Hopefully we hear more about game modes. And of course, we want to know about some beta releases and when the game is anticipated to come out. I do feel that we're going to be hearing a lot of that at BlizzCon. But I mean, at the end of the day, if Diablo 4 was the game coming out this year, it would be the star of BlizzCon because that would be the release of the year. Is it any different that it happens to be Immortal, which is being made on a mobile device? How do you feel about that, Nemo? I mean, should Immortal be the star of this BlizzCon?
This is really exciting. But you saying that's kind of making me really excited. You know what? That makes sense. I never really thought of it that way. I mean, I know they're gonna obviously like talk about what's going on with D4, right? Because they have a bunch of stuff that's happening in development and whatever in the news. But you're right. The game that is coming out this year is not Diablo 4. It is going to be Immortal. And you're right. If you think of it that way, it is probably going to be the showcase in the future. We're probably gonna. I thought about this right before making this video. I said to myself, what kind of predictions am I gonna talk about with Immortal? What do I think is actually gonna happen at BlizzCon, right? And I honestly think that we're gonna see more of Immortal. We're gonna see a deeper dive, maybe even something really exciting. Like the kid in me thinks I want to come in on the 19th and Wyatt just comes out on stage, says beta is live, go crazy. I mean, that would be really exciting.
I want to hear him say this. Beta is live. Don't you have phones? Get on your phones and download beta. It would be so funny if he could just own that meme, right? He's just gotta own that thing.
He would shut down the entire stream. Everybody would leave and start downloading the game. I mean,
it has to be done at the end of the show.
You're right. He's gonna drop the mic and walk out that way. That would be kind of cool. But you're right. There's gonna be a lot of that. We're gonna see a bunch of more stuff about Immortal. We're gonna definitely see some sort of videos and gameplay and all of that. Maybe we'll even maybe get to see. You think we'll get a release date for beta at least during BlizzCon?
Man, I want some kind of timeline. I don't know what. I mean, like we speak to the developers and we don't know, right? But it's this year, man. We were on the investor call. We know that it's like promised to come this year. We got to get some kind of timeline. I know that they're kind of stingy on dates because that kind of solidifies something and they don't want to do that. But I mean, it's time to start bringing that hype. Like the technical alpha came out and everyone was all excited about it. And yeah, you had people that still get on that mobile game train that they don't like it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was a success. That alpha release was a huge success for Diablo Immortal. I mean, you have companies like IGN, where some of the biggest names in gaming, not mobile gaming, in gaming, saying this game is good. This game is not what everyone was saying about it. So I think it's time that they start setting down some dates and be like, you're going to get, even if it's a quarter, quarter 2, you'll be getting beta. I'd be happy with that. I feel content.
Quarter 2, that would be very exciting. I'd like that. I watched that video, the IGN video. The review was a really good review. The comments were brutal, but the review was fantastic.
That's what it's going to be, man. That's what it's going to be. The comments are going to be bad. I mean, it's easy to make those comments because it's kind of the accepted thing, the negative comments. But those are all from people that haven't tried it, right? And I put a video out on this saying, you can't hate on it too much until you try it. You can hate it, but you can't really back it up until you try it. But Nemo, there's another point that I didn't bring up to you here. And I talked about how Immortal should be the highlight of BlizzCon. But on the other side of things, think about BlizzCon and who the audience is. There's not really a mobile audience for BlizzCon yet because Diablo Immortal has mobile fans, but the game is not yet there for it. So you're not going to have as many mobile people or mobile enthusiasts like myself and like you there. So it's still going to be an overwhelmingly PC environment. And they may be thinking about that as well when they decide what's going to be the feature of the BlizzCon. Because what happens if they do feature Immortal big time over D4? Are we going to have another outcry of the community because they featured a mobile game and not D4? Even though I still don't think D4 is going to be out for another 2 years. That's my prediction, at least.
Oh man, shots fired! Shots fired. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. There is a. I mean, when you go to BlizzCon, you spend a lot of money, right? Well, this time it's virtual, so it might be different. It might be different, but
Free.
Usually,
Free.
Yeah, it's free, right? But you usually got to pay for a ticket and then fly there, and then there's hotels are crazy. You're probably spending like sometimes like $1,000 just to go, and even more, right? Just to go and like
$1,000 if you're not hanging out at night and going out with everybody that you meet, right?
Well,
a little bit more if you start going out.
It's in Anaheim, right? So I'm sure it's not cheap over there either.
No.
Cali is right. Cali is not cheap. So I mean, there's that. So you're spending way over $1,000 to go in to see like what's next in gaming. So you definitely got to be like the craziest hardcore person to do that. But this year it's different. So maybe, but you're right. You're right. You're right. They're probably thinking about that. And in general, I mean that kind of population, and maybe next year, once Immortal actually releases, maybe BlizzCon will look much different because the mobile market and how it works. They're huge. It's like a bomb that's waiting to explode. I think once the mobile market comes out, once Immortal comes out, that the mobile gaming is just going to take over, in my opinion. So maybe next year's BlizzCon will look different than this year. That's a good point.
Maybe you know what we need to do, Nemo? Because Nemo and I, for those of you that don't know, we're building a community for Diablo Immortal before the game even comes out, and we're actually making friends. It's unbelievable the friends that you can make online now, and now everyone's doing it because of COVID, and we're all stuck home. But I think it'd be really cool, Nemo, if when BlizzCon goes to LAN again, if we did like a BlizzCon get together, not only with other content and creators and stuff, but other people from the community that may have always wanted to go to BlizzCon, maybe like being able to go there and hang out with us and to have like this party could be like the last thing that someone needed to say, I'm buying my ticket, I'm going to BlizzCon. And we could really have like a community meetup event there. That's completely off topic of this video. It just came to my head though. Maybe in next video, meet me at BlizzCon.
I think it has to happen. You just put it in writing right there, and I'm definitely putting it in the video. So I mean, sounds like we're doing it.
You could edit it out, Nemo. You do edit your stuff.
No way. I gotta talk to my editor to make sure that he keeps it in here.
Okay, sounds good.
No, but you're right. That would be really cool. That would be really awesome. I actually talked to some of my clanmates about that. That would be definitely a cool thing to do. Great idea, Echo. I love it. But we covered a lot today, man. We're solving problems here on the show.
Don't tell me that it's over already. Tell me there's more to talk about.
Oh, we got some.
Good.
This is gonna be like a 45-minute video, but yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'll keep going. We gotta keep going. Okay. So we did state that the first day at BlizzCon is when all of the major reveals are happening. So within that first like hour and a half, the opening ceremony is when they're gonna talk about what's coming next. And then afterwards, you can split and break into the 6 different channels that you're seeing right down below. And those channels are going to be broadcasting the different stuff. Now, one FYI, one tip right here. If you're just interested in Diablo, if you don't care about the other channels, just stick to one channel, every channel. So there's, by the way, so there's the Blizzard channel. That's the main channel. You have the World of Warcraft channel, Hearthstone channel, Diablo channel, Overwatch, and then with the strategy channel, which is kind of like StarCraft and Heroes of the Storm combined together. So if you're just into Diablo, you just go to that channel right from the start, and they will broadcast the opening ceremony, and then they'll jump right into the Diablo stuff, which is what me and Echo are going to be watching, right? Then once you get in there, you have from 5 to 8:30, I believe 8:30 Eastern time, you have a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to Diablo. Now, that's day 1. Day 2 is when you're doing like a Q&A type of thing where there's like a round table with the developers. You could ask your questions. A lot of like the community is usually there. And then they have other stuff like fun stuff, like tournaments. Like Echo mentioned that there was an esport event when he was there. That's pretty cool. There's a bunch of stuff like that going on. So it's more chill, relaxed type of thing. So on day 2, there's going to be a Q&A. So people are going to be asking questions and the developers are going to be there. That's pretty exciting. What do you think about that, Echo? Do you did you participate in that? Did you check that one out? Was that a Q&A when you were there?
Well, I mean, I got to sit down with the developers of Diablo Immortal while I was there. It was actually me and Mobile Gamer. We were two of the people that were there from the mobile scene, and I got to hang out with Mobile Gamer. It's actually the first time we met, and we've stayed in good touch ever since, which is really cool. Great relationship there. But we got to sit down with the developers and ask questions, and they kind of told us what Diablo Immortal was about, what the plans were, what we were going to see, and it was really cool. And this was like an exclusive small office, just a few chairs around, and us talking with the people making this game. So, I mean, that was great. The rest of BlizzCon, like when I was in those exclusive meetings, or when Wyatt would hit me up and say, "We're going here, come meet some of the guys," which I didn't know anyone, so that was awesome. You know, those were those moments where I would speak and I would talk and I'd get involved and ask questions. But most of the time I was at BlizzCon, I was just the guy in the background. You know, I went and I sat down and I watched the presentation about, you know, Diablo 4 and all, because that was the big deal that BlizzCon. Everyone was talking about Diablo 4. And I just kind of sat back and took it all in. And Nemo, my favorite spot to hang out at BlizzCon in 2019, it's crazy because I don't even play the game, but it was the Hearthstone Lounge. They had music playing, they had a bar, and it was just like this really festival kind of place. It was so chill that when I just didn't know where to go, I just would kind of hang out in that lounge, watch these silly people dancing around, and it was a ton of fun. And that was just for a game I don't even play, that I'm not even really interested in, Hearthstone, but the lounge was great.
Look at that. So you heard it here first, folks. You want to hang out at BlizzCon? The chillest place is the Hearthstone Lounge. That's where Echo is going to be at 2022, right? Having a beer.
Yeah, we could do the shuffle if you guys want.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
all right. Man, I got you on camera for this. You know that, right? I mean,
that's fine, man. I'm a man of my word. We'll stick to it, man.
That sounds awesome. All right. Well, so that's kind of what's going on with BlizzCon. So there's going to be 2 days. I hope you tune in. I will link all the information that you need. Remember, there's going to be a whole bunch of channels that you can go and visit. And any of the information that you want, the schedule and all of that will be linked down below. Echo, is there anything else that you want to say as far as the BlizzCon, as far as Immortal? Did we miss anything? Is there anything going to be happening? I know that you're going to be covering it on the channel. I'm going to be, of course, tuned in and watching for the latest news. I am as well. That's pretty exciting. But what's going on with you? Are you excited about that? Is there anything else that we need to know?
I mean, I already told my wife that Friday and Saturday I'm at BlizzCon. I'm not home. I'm at BlizzCon. So she's in charge. She's got the kids, and I could focus on what's going on here because, you know, we're gonna be watching. I don't know if we're gonna be streaming or not. Either way, we're gonna be making content and just really excited about what we're hearing. Not even like, you know, YouTuber stuff aside, we're gonna be excited about what we hear from BlizzCon because, you know, and it's Blizzard. It's online, but I bet you it's still going to be an amazing event, even though it's a virtual one. I think they're going to do it great. I'm excited for it. And honestly, anything that we forget, we put out videos all the time, man. That could be another video for another day.
That is very, very true. I am as well. Super excited. I cannot wait. I'm sure I'll be talking to you about it. I got my popcorn ready. I got all my stuff. I got all my snacks. And just like you, I said, don't even, I'm going to have my phone off. Don't mess with me. I'll be at BlizzCon with Echo virtually. So yeah, man. So thanks again. Thank you so much for being on the show again. Our first guest. This is our first. I mean, we got history right here that we made. That's pretty cool, man. You're pretty special right here. So maybe you could tell everybody just in case they live on the moon where they can find you. They want to chat with you.
Yeah, if you want to hang out, guys, just look up Echo Gaming on YouTube. You'll find a couple of my channels there, whether it be my first, which is Echo Gaming Diablo, or Echo Brawl. You search Echo Gaming, you'll find me somewhere, and we can hang out, talk about Diablo Immortal, watch some videos, have some fun.
That's right, like we do over here. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.